Everything new under the sun here. This is my understanding and speculation about DroneGate or the drones over New Jersey. I thought this at the time, and I think it's being confirmed by news sources that are out there. So, just one situation that I think we can explain. So, the drones showed up over New Jersey late 2024, and I believe it's confirmed at this point that basically it was military testing. The FAA rather authorized these vehicles to fly around, and they were unmanned aerial systems, UASs. They were there for four reasons, and mainly it was a military testing drones, and not just any drones because they use drones all over the world all the time. Lots of unmanned drones, but they were testing more autonomous drones and drones in numbers. So number one, surveillance and reconnaissance. They were testing the surveillance hardware and the intelligence gathering technology on these aircraft. Military contractors and agencies were evaluating drones for their ability to perform surveillance and reconnaissance. Number two, autonomous flight systems. Again, is venturing into the autonomous flight system, whereas U.S. military drones in Europe, in the Middle East, were often flown remotely. This is really the test of multiple autonomous flight systems at once and over a populated area. So some of the drones were part of testing advanced autonomous flight capabilities. These systems aim to enhance the ability of the drones to operate without human control, making them more efficient and reliable in various defense applications. Number three, drone swarming technologies. This is the future of warfare. I think of the Star Wars Drone Wars episode. There is speculation that drones being tested were part of an experiment involving drone swarming, where multiple drones operate in coordination for tasks like surveillance, communication relay, and combat support. Yes, the more autonomous drones you can get up in the air, the better, but they have to communicate and they have to not crash, obviously. And so that was being tested. One of the biggest reasons they were being tested over New Jersey populated areas and not just over Area 51 or over a desert where they could test all the rest of those technologies. They could test all the rest of them over unpopulated areas. The main thing that they want to test is both signal interference and countermeasures as it relates to large populated areas with lots of Wi-Fi access points, lots of interference, cell towers, microwaves, signals, all that going through kind of an urban, dense area. And this is one thing they can't really test over another nation because they would be quickly found out. And so they had to test it over New Jersey. Again, they could not test this over a desert because they can't duplicate or replicate the amount of radio frequency interference and just the noise that is happening in an urban environment. So the testing also likely involved evaluating counter drone technologies, which are designed to detect and neutralize hostile and unauthorized drones, but also the idea of signal interference and having autonomous drones be able to maintain and stay in the air, obviously, but to stay autonomous and to stay on their mission, even if there is lots of interference, scrambling communications from wherever the base station is, whatever military base they're communicating with these drones from, and to confirm that you can have multiple drones all flying together, drones swarming, without them interfering with each other. Now, again, that part they can test over a desert, but with the dense RF situation in an urban environment, that's what they would have to test. And that was my main thought from the outset. It's something they could not test at Area 51 or over a desert. They could not test this sort of thing in another nation because it would be obvious. They had to test it on their own people to see if those autonomous drone systems and the drone swarming did work in those dense RF situations. Thanks for watching.